Hello, hello. I don't know how many people are going to see this, but I'm just calling, just, well, I'm not calling. I'm doing like everybody else. I'm, um, I'm quarantining myself in the house. I got a little cold. I did go to the emergency room because I had little chest pains, but it was probably my asthma. It's probably my It's more than likely a cold, and with this change of weather. But anyway, I'm gonna make this video quick. What I'm doing, I'm sitting here, and I've been like everybody else listening to all the newscasters and stuff. And let me say this, people. First, I'm gonna say this. Please, please, people, please take this coronavirus serious. You know, this pandemic serious. This is deadly. Um, I'm in the state. I'm in Philadelphia. I'm in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and they aren't having a surge, but they are testing more people every day, and they are preparing for the death rate for the infection rate. I shouldn't say death rate. It's the infection rate to get even higher than before, higher than higher than it is now. Like it's nothing, but they said it will reach its peak, and that's when they will see an increase in how many people actually in the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, actually have the disease. The disease. So as you saw in my title, it says, follow the guidelines of the Center for Disease Control, which is the CDC. There and there is no cure or vaccine yet. They are working on it, and I'm saying this: if you have elderly family members or elderly people, because elderly people do not want to catch this disease, so they are being um, there's scammers going. There's scammers at everything. You know, there's scammers going. I'm getting phone calls talking about there seems to be fraudulent activity on my social security social security number. Please call back this number. I mean, all the scammers are going because they know people are afraid. You know, they know that people are afraid to people are just afraid that because I'm telling you, this mess is horrible. It's terrible. It really is. And it it's terrible. People have no kind of compassion. They scamming people. One lady almost died, and her husband almost died because she took that thing, that medication that Trump said that it was a breakthrough drug and it might help. And the CDC had the Food and Drug Administration, which is the FDA, had never approved that. And she had to be a Trump follower. Then again, she couldn't have been. But anyway, her and her husband took it, and it actually wound up killing her husband. It wound up killing her husband. It wound up making her sick, making her deathly sick. She almost died, but she didn't die, but the husband didn't make it. She said this is nothing hearsay that the news media is reporting. This woman told it herself. She said that she took the medication that Donald Trump said would help them avoid getting the coronavirus, and her husband wound up dying, and she almost died. So she's saying, excuse me, but she's saying that not to follow it. And I'm going to say this from a good this I've seen comments on different social media outlets that I've been on where people are saying that this is not uh let me see, what should I say? Oh, they're saying this is the ordinary flu. I know someone who said that this is not the ordinary flu and their child has contracted it, and it's not your ordinary flu. People, it is not your ordinary excuse me, it's not your ordinary flu. It's just not. And people need to understand that this is not your ordinary flu. Okay. And but the premise of how, from what I'm reading, is how they're going to get it. Yes, they're going to make the vaccine. Yes, they will. They're trying to find out the drugs that they can make the vaccine. And I'm not a science person, so I can't really, you know, I really don't understand it. But um, I don't understand it. But there is. Excuse me. I have to answer this call. I'm going to pause you for a minute. Sorry about that. But like I said, I was only going to make this video because I wanted everyone to understand, you know, understand, that please, people, please pay attention to this and follow the guidelines. Please stay in the house. It because as it is, it it's ravaging New York, and in the South, it's ravishing New Orleans because remember Mardi Gras. People were there when Mardi Gras, and I was planning on going to Mardi Gras, and I did not go. I was planning on going to the Essence Festival. I didn't go there because I was concentrating on taking weight, and I waited too late to go. So actually, I was blessed. God blessed me to not go there, to not, to not be able to go there. So I'm thankful for that I did not get to go there. And, but anyway, all I can say is that this is crazy. All the schools in New Jersey they're closed, and I doubt if they're going to open back up for the year because, in actuality, New Jersey is hard hit because North Jersey, the Patterson, Newark, those places, Patterson, New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey, East Orange, New Jersey, um, that whole area, the Passaic, Hudson, Bergen, Suffolk County, those places are hard hit because we're very, very close to New York, and New York is asking anybody that has anything, that has a store, that has any gloves, any masks, to please donate it because the government is not helping them out. And the governor of Florida, people, he will not order a stay in, for people to stay in. But and people are gonna say that I don't know what I'm talking about, that I don't like Donald Trump, which I don't. But that's neither here nor there. But Donald Trump owns land. He owns hotels in Mar-a-Lago in Florida. His thing is called Mar-a-Lago. It's a golfing thing, and he doesn't want to lose the money. Donald Trump wants to open the to to rescind the state shelter in place thing because he wants to open everything back up by Easter because he wants to for people to come to his resort in Florida and he wants the stock market to boost the stock market because he's losing money. And this is another thing I just learned for people who haven't really been paying attention to the news and things that's going on. There the reason why Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats didn't sign the bill right away, it was not obstruction. The bill, the bill that the Republicans proposed gave bailouts to banks and big corporations. It did nothing for the people who were on, like the nurses and the EMTs and that. And the also the I want to be I want to give me a minute. I want to be precise with this. The bill, as the Republicans wrote it, did not, and I say did not have I don't know the proper word for it, but what it was, it's like I'm going to bail your big corporations out because, but you have to help so and so. I'll bail the banks. Okay, I'll tell you how it goes. The banks, we'll take the banks. You have people who are not working because of this pandemic. It's not an epidemic, people. It is a pandemic. You have people who are not working, who have mortgages, and the banks are holding the mortgages. The Democrats held out because they wanted to hold the banks responsible. We're going to give you this money, but you have to include it is you cannot foreclose and take people's homes while they are not at work. And they did this because the 2008, I think 2008, 2009 um, bailout under Barack Obama, they gave, the money was given to boost the economy to get it back. But what they didn't do was the banks, they gave the money to the banks, and the banks were supposedly going to not foreclose on people. The banks got the money, did what they wanted, and foreclosed on people, and people lost their homes. This is not, excuse me, what the people, this is bail out the bank, but they have a stipulation. They had stipulated that they needed to have money for health care for the states to battle the coronavirus. They need they needed to have money, excuse me for that. They needed to have money for, the bailout money to help the people who are who are financially struggling right now, and a lot of other things that's in it. But it was not obstruction because the Democrats didn't want the bill to pass. It was obstruction. And I won't, it wasn't, it was refusal